Coming up next on the Jeff Crilley Show, you're going to meet the co-founders of Mind and Machine DFW. They're the leading AI group in Dallas. Next.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
Well, AI has been around for some 70 years, but it seems like the world just woke up to it a few years ago when ChatGPT came along to talk about AI and the benefits. Tim Matta and Tori Begg, they are the co-founders of Mind and Machine DFW. Thank you both for coming on the show.
Thanks for having us.
All right, so you guys started this group a year ago?
9 months ago.
9 months ago, yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's start with you, Tim. Why did you guys start the group?
We wanted a place where AI enthusiasts can come together and talk about latest tech or latest things going on in AI because it just moves so fast. I've subscribed to like 5, 6, 7 different newsletters, and every week something huge is happening. So how do you keep up with it? Basically.
And Tori, there's so much fear out there. I'm sure that when the car came along, there was a lot of horse and buggy people who feared the car, and it probably replaced some jobs. But at the end of the day, do you see this being one of the most significant developments since the internet?
Yeah, we've had tech changes, we've had behavioral changes, but this is the first time that we've had a tech change, a behavioral change, and a psychological change at the same time. So not only are we changing tools or processes, we're changing how we're reacting to everyday things throughout our day. And it's scaring people because there's a lot of hype out there and people are hearing job replacement, and I say efficiency, efficiency, efficiency. When we get down to it, is this going to efficiency us out of a paycheck?
Yeah.
So quelling that fear is something that's really important to us at Mind and Machine, coming together and taking away that hype and talking about what's actually going to happen as AI starts implementing into every single day and process that you do.
All right, Tori, staying with you, I think Mark Cuban said there's 2 kinds of companies, the ones that embrace AI and the people who will be replaced by AI. You've got to get on this train.
You have to. Yes, yeah. And as somebody that works for a sales organization, marketing, sales, CSMs, you can either be a sales rep and lose your job, or you can be a sales rep that starts using AI and keep your job.
Yeah.
And I work for the Dallas Observer, and I always say if Edgar Allan Poe walked in with a typewriter under his arm, in this day and age, you still wouldn't hire him because he's not using a computer. It doesn't matter how good of a writer you are.
Yes.
So if you're not using AI, you can be replaced.
And your group is growing by leaps and bounds. Your first event was 9 months ago with 40 people.
Yeah.
And we're going to show some video from a recent event in which you had 90 people. Tell us about this event, Tim.
So we were talking about AI, and we had a founder named Skip Howard join us, and then our other board member, Alexandra Siskos, who works for Everseen, and they're both an AI vision. So they help retail companies see things that you normally wouldn't see on a routine basis, and that uses AI to monitor that for them for the most part. So we're about showing Skip Howard's journey as founder of 2 AI startups, and then how these 2 do things in the marketplace with AI around retail for the most part. It was very cool. It's eye-opening.
Well, we've all seen networking groups come and go in DFW, and typically they just get stale. It gets played out. We're going to pull up your LinkedIn page and scroll down some of your recent posts because you're always keeping it fresh. Are you always Tori, are you guys always looking at what else can we talk about? How can this be relevant to our members?
Yeah, so we have people from every different vertical and point in their career that comes to all of our networking events. So we want to make sure that it's approachable and actionable by giving information that isn't just one specific vertical. So we talk about marketing, we talk about governance, we talk about computer vision or retail. And what keeps coming back, I think, is not only that education piece that everybody can absorb really easily and relate to, but it's those pointed conversations that happen after the event during the networking piece.
Yes.
It's not the football game this weekend. It's how are you failing? How are you succeeding? How are you looking around the corner into what's next in the world of AI? And that's the value people are taking away.
Yes. Tim, let's talk more about that. So people stick around for another hour or two after the main event?
Yeah, so the point around that is that we wanted a place to present some information and have an opportunity to talk about it. And also connect with other people and talk about what they're doing with AI. How are they using tools? How are they making their lives easier or more efficient? And so those conversations happen after the fact, after our presentation round, if you will. And the thing is, AI is probably the fastest moving technological evolution we've ever seen. It moves so fast, faster than anything we've ever seen. And so to keep up with it is very difficult. And so we have to really be better connected, understand how other people are using it. If you don't ask those questions, you can read a bunch about it, but if you're not talking to people who actually use it, it's going to be hard to really adopt it.
Yes. Tori, let's talk about training, because a chainsaw is a tool. If you give it to a 3-year-old, it's dangerous.
Yes.
So many bosses across America are saying, "Hey, we got to do AI," but they don't give their employees any training whatsoever.
Yeah, you don't want to just put Velcro on the wall, throw something at it, and hope it sticks. You need to make sure that you're setting up those hooks and loops so that you're actually getting adherence. So going in and kind of reverse engineering why you're setting up those tools and why you're giving them the tools that you are, by finding those pain points, mapping out your workflows, understanding the use cases, and then bringing people in human to human, talking about it and training towards it, because it is not just here's a new email address for a new system that you have to tell somebody. Yes. It is a whole new process and train of thought and mindset shift that we need to lead, guide, and train all of our employees in to, instead of just here you go.
All right, Tim, let's talk about not forgetting humanity, because I'm sure there are these AI bots that send me requests on LinkedIn all the time. And as soon as I accept them, they're selling me something. Yeah. They're setting up the relationship the wrong way. You want to talk about that?
I agree. Everything should be human first as much as possible, right? Your messaging and stuff like that should all be trying to human driven, if you will. And when I'm working with sales reps, like she mentioned before, it's really about efficiency. So not taking your message out of it, but helping you iterate faster, giving you a chance to really do your research faster, get emails at the door faster, respond faster, cleaner, so that you're not wasting time spending a half hour trying to create an email, which you could do from a summary of a call and get that at the door within the next 5 minutes. And just make sure you read it, confirm it, iterate, and then get it out the door, basically. So,
Tori, at the Observer, legendary publication, how do you guys use AI?
Oh, very similar to what Tim said. As we teach our sales reps to use it, we want to teach them not to replace that human connection piece, but I'm taking away those menial and monotonous tasks to do things faster, smarter, and better, so that every single one of the people across our organization are formulating those relationships with their clients. I'm saying I'm giving you AI so that every single one of your clients ends up at your funeral, because we have such a good relationship, because you don't have to find those follow-up emails. You don't have to search through your inbox for 10 minutes searching for something. When you set up a system to take away those menial and monotonous tasks, it gives you the ability to come back to your job as it is supposed to be, wholly. And that's forming relationships.
And Tim, you're a consultant, so companies will hire you to do what?
Help them manage their sales teams, basically. So I'm a fractional VP of sales. So what my mission is to go in and help an organization get to the next stage of growth. And that's through sales process. So I'll come in and implement a repeatable sales process that they can utilize, hopefully straighten up some of their internal systems, sales operations, and make things much smoother for them overall.
Okay, can I be the devil's advocate?
Sure.
No. Okay, so
Please.
I just read something this morning that most companies are using AI to screen job applicants, and most applicants are using AI to write their resume.
Yeah.
So if it's just robots talking to robots, have we gotten anywhere?
Yeah, so this is why Mind and Machine is so important, because HR departments are overwhelmed. And if they're not using AI, their applicants are. And if the applicants aren't using AI, HR is. I read an article as well that's saying college graduates used to send out 5 to 10 pointed resumes per month to individual companies. Right now, they're able to send 200 to 500 per month, because AI can take care of that and make sure that it's every single one of their resumes is exactly how they want to see for the job that they're applying to.
Yeah.
And I think we need to get back in person again. We need to find those trusted relationships. We need to go in and talk to people that are maybe in a hiring position and show what we know, rather than everybody having this beautiful, perfect resume that are being shipped out hundreds at a time.
So yeah, I do some mentoring at UTD of some of the graduate students every quarter. And the one thing, first thing I do, I talk to students, like, what are you doing to find a job? Because they're all looking for something, right? Or an internship. And they say the same thing. They're saying a bunch of emails and whatever. But I recommend to them using AI in a different way. So do that, make sure your resume is correct, but also reach out to people on LinkedIn, but use AI to understand how they want to be communicated with. So take their profile, download it into AI, ask how they want to communicate with each other, how this person wants to be communicated with, write an email with AI to it on that, iterate it, make sure it's in your words, and then start connecting people. That's a faster way to connect and find another opportunity.
There's an old saying, you got to circulate to percolate.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
actually,
I like it.
both talk about the value of networking. You can't really get anywhere if you're just doing everything behind a keyboard. Can you, Tori?
No, they're keyboard warriors and they end up falling very flat, right? So coming together, and that's one of the reasons why we started this event, right? I don't put on LinkedIn, and not many people do, how they failed using AI. This is where I messed up. This is where we didn't get adoption. But when you're coming together, I found that I had the responsibility to say, I got to fail and restart and succeed before this position was even a thing in many companies. So it was our responsibility to come together where we can have real, valuable, down-to-earth conversations about how this is actually affecting our everyday and how we can navigate around that. That's why we come together, so we can have those conversations that aren't the rainbows and butterflies that you might see on social media, and to cut through that hype that is the headlines and the craze, and have down-to-earth real conversations with other people who are practitioners in the space.
Yes. Tim, let's talk about why your group is growing so quickly. Is the quality of the people you're inviting to the room, and also it's not just a bunch of people passing out business cards.
Right. I think this started with our connections first. And I think because we have our connections, I think, are very strong to begin with. So anybody in our network is a really strong individual. They invite other people as well. So from that, I think we get a like-minded group who are wanting to learn and share and communicate on what they're doing in AI. And that makes it more accessible. People there are willing to talk and share details. There's no gatekeepers there, which is what I think that's the key thing is about our group than other groups, is that we share everything we know.
All right, so you have Mind and Machine DFW. Do you see Mind and Machine Houston, Austin one day?
It's funny you say that, because I only trademarked Mind and Machine just for that purpose.
Okay, we have 2 minutes left. I want you to encourage people to show up at your next event. Do they need to register online, or do they just show up? Tori?
Yeah, register. You can find us on our LinkedIn page, which I believe you're going to be showing, and then all the registration will be on Eventbrite. It is a free event, so look up and see who the speaker is, see the subject that we're talking about, and you can come on down.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Final word?
Yeah, I would say get there at 4:30 and leave early because traffic's terrible.
Well, thank you both for coming on and sharing your wisdom with us. We're going to end with the LinkedIn page so you can attend their next event, Mind and Machine DFW. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you, Jim.
Thank you so much.
That's it for now. We'll see you next time.